Same with these shots, okay? It really comes down to just choosing the right tool for the job. Look at your golf bag like a sort of a toolbox. Whatever screw you need, use the right screw head to use the right thing for the job, okay? Whatever you need to do, you choose whether you need loft, pitching wedge, sand iron.
Right.
If you need rolled, 5 iron, 6 iron, 7 iron, something in the middle, 8 iron, 9 iron, maybe a wedge kind of thing. So you're looking to choose the club for what you've got in front of you, and then choose that club and play the shot accordingly, okay? Try to sort of get clutch to one club. I'm really good at my wedge. Well, that's great when you've got a shot that requires a wedge, but if the shot's got to go 50, 60 yards or 40, 50 yards, the potential for taking that lofted club could be to duff it in front of you, okay? And that's the risk, okay? In terms of the setup, okay, just got to try and make sure we get our sort of spine angle over the ball, at least our centre over the ball. That's not too bad, that's actually pretty good in fairness, okay? Right. Your hands are going to be just a smidgen forward, as you can see there, okay? But sometimes when people sort of slide their knees and soften them too much, this lead hip goes up and the sternum now gets a bit behind the ball, and that can encourage you hitting the ground behind the golf ball. Now in terms of the swing, we just watch this left hand one here on the left as you swing through. Now the contact was good, and the lie was pretty good, to be fair. Yeah. But when you play the shot there, okay, the swing looks a little bit kind of sort of stoppy, a little bit jerky. So what we see is we hit the golf ball as the club kind of comes through. There's sort of recoil there, okay, and the club wobbling back. That's usually a sign of tension, not quite as smooth and softer hands, okay. If we look at the right hand one, okay, as we swing through, there we go. There's a little bit more of a smoother transition, so we're sort of gliding the club through to hit the golf ball. So there's more of a sort of this way rather than that jab. Exactly. If you try to jab it into the ground, yes, you can still play some good shots, as we've seen, just because you're
not going to be as consistent.
Exactly. The risk of hitting the ground, especially this time of year now, if you go back to a little more of your old technique where the knees slide and you relax that back leg, your hands get further forward than they really need to relative to your spine, and you then hit into the ground, especially the wedge, the sharper edge, it could dig it in the ground, and that's what you'll end up getting with a shot that went sort of 6-7 foot in front when you're trying to go 40 yards, okay? And that is the risk, okay? If we can utilise the sort of the sole, the club, let it bounce through a bit more of a softer contact with the ground. You're still hitting the ground, you're still disturbing the turf, but we're not making a divot, okay? If I'm playing a shot correctly here now with the club nice and neutral, I'm swinging back and forth here now, you can see where I'm hitting the ground, but it's not really disturbing the turf so much. If I was to do this, that's the divot we don't want to try and get, because once you start digging in with the leading edge, your precision of contact has to be absolutely spot on. You get it a smidgen wrong, it's just, like I say, a big fat shot. As the swing gets longer, case in point, the 40-50 yard shot, we can make a real duff. And I think, look at your bag, there's options around the green. You can play different clubs. If you've got a shot like we had here, was 40-50 yards with lots of green grass and nothing in the way, hit a 5 iron or a 6 iron, just basically get on the ground running. A ball on the ground rolling is far easier to judge than the ball up in the air.
Okay.
If there's something in the way, go for it. You've got to play lofted club to get over that object, whether it's a bunker or a tree or a mound or whatever. So you have to be able to play that shot, but don't play it if you don't need to play it. Always try and choose the easiest shot possible. It just minimises that risk. And the frustration I think that we are feeling when we duff a chip is certainly a lot greater than how good we feel when we pull it off.
Right.
So there's no point risking it, because if you pull off a wedge shot, it's a great shot, whippy-do. Lasts for a sort of a short space of time, and it's like gone, innit? You duff a chip 6 foot in front of you, the next 4 or 5 holes you're chomping, it kind of sticks with you for a long time, okay? And then when you got the next shot again, it's then quite fresh in your head, okay? So choose the right club, or choose the easier club. And this, again, when it comes to, if you get a chance to practice, try using different clubs. And in some ways, a really good practice drill you can do, go on a chipping green with, 10 or 15 or whatever golf balls, place a towel or something on the ground you're trying to land the ball onto, and just chip onto that towel with a pitching wedge, okay? See where the balls end up. Get an average, obviously the ones that land near enough the towel or sort of close to it, okay? See where those 10 or 15 balls end up, and then you work out roughly what the carry and the roll then equate to. Is it 50-50 or 35-65 or whatever? Then try a couple with a 7 iron. Again, see what the percentage of carry to roll is. Try a few with a sand iron, or your log wedge even. So you kind of get a rough idea. So when you go to the green, okay, right, I know my sand iron's like a 60-40 club. So when you've got to go over a bunk, I can play this shot. If you know your 9 iron's more sort of, 30% in the air and 70% roll, well, you can't play from here to number 1, can you? So you're looking at the club and you know what your clubs kind of do. get a bit more understanding of the technique on that. Okay, does that kind of make
Okay.
sense over the different shots? Though, okay. I think overall, to be fair, technique was very, very good. I'm quite impressed with that. To be fair, because I think when we sort of talked about it, you said, "Oh, short game's not too good, and the driving been okay." But I got to say,
No, it's the other way round. To
Yeah.
be fair, sorry, it was
okay.
the longer game was always that.
It was the Achilles heel long term, okay. But the moment now with the practice, though, as you said, you feel more comfortable with that, yeah?
Yeah.
That's something you feel a bit more confident with, okay?
It's coming. It's coming.
Exactly.
It's going to take
I
a
think,
while.
well, yeah, exactly. It's a bit of process. The thing is, you're putting the work in with the practice and stuff. What we'll do next lesson is we actually go on the golf course and we'll play 1 or 2 holes. So we can put all together sort of chipping we've done today, look a bit of putting on the green, then go and play just a couple holes on the golf course. Okay, so we'll just possibly play 1 and 18 depending on how courses and stuff.
Okay.
Usually on a Saturday afternoon by this sort of time, that's not too bad. It'd be pretty quiet. We can get the first and down the last, or find a spot on the golf course somewhere.
Okay.
Just to sort of see, in some ways, how you play golf. We've seen how you hit a golf ball, and I know, and you know, whether you believe it or not, you can hit the golf ball quite well. Okay, it's then seeing how we transform from the driving range or the short game area to up there. Because that's where you measured, isn't it, really? There's no point being, I'm great here.
That's where we want to get to.
Exactly. Okie dokie.